I'm a bit nervous. Probably the most scared I've been on a boat so far. Yeah, I really don't know what to do on that.
Oh, Joe! Joe has just said the gearbox has died.
Rudder's come out of its socket.
Good morning.
Morning. It looks actually a really nice day out today. It's still freezing in the shade, which most of the canal is at the minute. I'm trying to think what we're doing today. Hopefully, no, definitely running water. My brother's coming
today?
Maybe, yeah. My brother's coming over tomorrow to help with the gas fitting, so I'm going to try and get the water running so we can test it all with him here tomorrow. I'm
going to paint. I've been saying this for about a month now, but feeling motivated, got all of the supplies, and just want to be living on here now.
First little job of the day.
Paint in here, and then...
Is that pipe going to be in your way?
No, I've pulled it out of the way. Be alright for now.
Yeah.
Or should I push?
Can
I just pull it out?
Huh? Yeah, go a bit steady.
No, I'll just
probably tuck up behind you.
That's right.
Yeah. Chance to stay there.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Beautiful.
Cool. I don't quite know how we're going to film this.
Maybe outside.
Just have to trust us that we painted it, haven't they?
Who else is going to paint it?
Right, I'll leave you with that.
Bye.
Have fun. Don't forget that quadrant behind you.
Quadrant behind me, yeah.
What else are you
I'm going to paint in that bit. We're going to get some vinyl.
To go underneath the washing machine.
Yeah.
Just in case of any leaks, isn't it?
I really want some black and white checker, but you've obviously got to buy quite a bit. But Joe's found some. You can get 2 meters by 1 meter, which is like seems to be the smallest amount.
Under there to use it up.
Yeah. I think it look cute. Well, I mean, you won't see it, but I wouldn't just want like some, I don't know, fake wood vinyl. I like fake wood vinyl, but not. I think I'm digging a hole. Bye.
Right, first thing for me this morning, connecting up the breather for the water tank. Oh, it's a bit cold up here. That's all fitted up. This end anyway. My only worry is, because of the fitting inside, it comes up to like quite a circle. I had to fit it lower than I would have liked. So I'm not sure how that's going to affect it working with a full tank, because obviously the tank's going to be higher than the breather. But whether it'll pull it the air through, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But there's just no way of fitting a breather and getting a pipe bend round out the top of the tank, unfortunately. It's just too close. Painful. Should sit something like that. Right, a couple of things down in here. So that was the third impossible thing to film this morning. But I've just checked the connection there. I've added an elbow because the pipe was under a bit of stress and I couldn't get it to connect properly into the HEP fitting off the tank. Got to cut a bit of CLS to bulk or lift the water pump up a bit, connect that up. What else have we got to do? Oh, I need to put that on the end of the washing machine, otherwise water come flying out.
Got any tape?
Yeah, it's all in decorating stations. Need to put this on the washing machine feed. I need an insert, otherwise water will end up coming out of that. Close. Danny's masking up, ready to paint the ceiling blue. Just tape around the lights. They broke one when I tried to take them out.
And I'm going to paint clouds. I've been researching different ways to do it. We've got a round brush, which seems to be the best way. I've got the vision in my head. I'm not sure if it's quite going to look how I'm envisioning, but only one way to find out.
Always paint over it.
So I have got some blue paint. Joe actually chose the colour. I chose one, and for once Joe said he wanted it a bit brighter, so I'm not really sure what this is going to look like. Dun, 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 dun. It's quite nice. Like.
What are you doing?
It's stuck. I like it. You like it?
Don't trust you. Put your thing on there then. No paint splatters everywhere, alright?
Nope. I wouldn't do that. You can put on there if you want.
That's plenty in it. Okay. Bloody hell, that's good.
That was a good one.
Right.
Woohoo! That's nice. Matches my handles. First coat complete. Quite happy with the blue. Cute. What are you up to?
Getting this up.
It's funny with your head touch on in your hood.
Yeah. Right, I think we're nearly ready to fill up with water. I'm a bit nervous, probably the most scared I've been on a boat so far. So many connections and things that can leak. I'm a bit worried. I'm going to spin around first, then more up next to the water point.
Turns out we're not going over the aqueduct. I thought we had to turn around over there. But apparently we can turn around here. Just about. Oh, Joe! Once we filled up the water point, we are going to start making our way to Devizes, where we have a mooring for when we go to America. So it's going to be a while before we go over an aqueduct now. Joe has just said the gearbox has died. Great. We're stuck on a turning point. Oh god. So Joe says the gearbox is completely gone now, and we're at a water point which obviously we can't stop at. So we're gonna try and get water, hope there's no leaks, because that would just about finish us off today, I think, and hope that we can just move a little bit out of the way at least, and then just figure something out.
So I don't know if you heard much of that, but the gearbox is almost completely packed up as we were turning around. Managed to get to the water point, but it feels awful. Going to drain the oil, change that over in a minute. Whilst we're at the water point, I think I'm just going to fill it up with water and see if we got any leaks anyway, and just get it over and done with. It's been one of those days. Just keep a bit of weight on that one, so.
reminds me of van life again. Turned it on. Ready as we'll ever be. How many litres is it?
400. Probably enough to sink the boat if it goes wrong. Yeah, it's leaking.
Leaking? Turn it on.
No, don't rush, I'll do it. I'll do it.
A lot.
So the Heptio joint, if that goes, I'm
We're leaking on one of the joints that Joe done earlier. The tank isn't quite full, but it's enough for it to cause quite some issues.
I really don't know what to do on that.
It's very scary and stressful, along with the gearbox, this whole water thing. Hopefully once it's done, then we won't have to do it again. Things are making noises I don't know if they're meant to. Quite a big system though, isn't it? You think how long it took us in the van, like it would make that noise just from one. It's definitely all going into the boiler. What does that do?
Cuts off the system there, so it's cutting in and out. Just filling up.
Huh? What's that?
Accumulator.
Do you reckon it's just got airlock, whatever you just did?
Huh?
That noise?
No, that's the accumulator, you need air in there.
Oh.
Right, I'm going to turn that down.
So good news is we've got enough water now. It's not a full tank, but nothing seems to be leaking, so that's really positive. But Joe seems to think like something's too loose or something, like there's too much air in the system. But before it gets dark, it's still quite early, but time goes on so fast. We're going to try and move to a space, but before we do that, Joe thinks he's going to have to change the oil because it's like absolutely knackered, the gearbox now. I don't know how we're going to make it to the marina without having it done before, which we really wanted to avoid, but buy a boat, they said. We are moving. Joe hasn't changed the engine oil. We'll see how far we get. Hopefully, we just want to get back to like even just the space we were in before. I know it's not ideal, but just get out of the way of the water system and figure out what we're going to do about the gearbox. Regardless of how stressed we are, it's a very beautiful day and just trying to take in the sights and remember why we're doing this.
Rudder's come out of its socket as well. Have a go on it.
Ooh.
But it's lifted it up out. As we were turning, I went back into the bank and the gearbox wasn't working like this. Along that side.
That feels right now.
It's hitting on the metal, mate.
Oh. Joe just told me he wants to be a floater and not a boater. What do you think?
So I was probably being a bit over dramatic as usual, but that's quite stressful. The tiller and the rudder came out of its socket, but I've put that back in, so that feels a bit better. And I've changed the gearbox oil, and it's still knackered, but it's working. So we shall see. Hopefully it'll last until we get to the marina next month.
We just had a lovely doggy just come on board.
Evidence.
He lives on a boat and apparently
She does.
Oh, she lives on a boat and just thinks every boat's her boat. It's very cute.
Whilst Danny's cooking, I've been messing up with the water system again. I've isolated the bath taps, so it's a bit easier to build the pressure up, and just get in there. Huh? No. Not really, no. It's a battle, this. I'm sure the plumbers in the house are saying, "Oh, we've got to do this."
Can I pour this water down the sink?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For sure?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, we'll get there, won't we?
Yeah.
The bad is bad, but the good is good. I can't wait to get a dog on here. If anyone has a narrowboat, what's the biggest dog you've seen on a narrowboat? Like, what's suitable? Like, can we get a giant breed, or do you think that's a bit cruel?
Narrowboat.
I just feel like, though, like they'd be outside so much of the time. I don't know. We're looking at a dog called Dream. And she is a bloody dream.
St. Bernard. Of all dogs. Good morning. So my brother and I came over yesterday. It was a little bit rushed, so didn't manage to get the camera out, but some exciting news. The gas works. Hang on. We had to swap all the jets and that over for this yesterday from natural gas or mains gas to LPG, so we did that. The water heater is plumbed in, but we still need to cut the hole for the flue, so I have to come back out so I can cut the hole and then put that back in myself. Now we were on the verge of getting running water throughout, but we had a faulty T which just wouldn't stop leaking, and couldn't get another one yesterday. It was Sunday, so I've got a couple today. That's what went wrong. Got a couple today. Hopefully put that in. There's just about enough juice in the battery to plug it in and get the water pump running. Hopefully be done with it. Essentially, the washing machine will go back in its home once the vinyl arrives to put at the bottom. First thing, I'm just gonna have a massive sort out. Really, there's quite a few bits that can go home now. Just good to clear some space. There's a few timber trims I'm gonna do. Just have a fairly simple day, he says. Just hopefully I can get them T's working. Got a bit carried away, started sweeping up outside. I remembered to take the fender off, take it for a good clean. It's actually not that good because it doesn't stick out as far as the rudder, hence why we hit into the bank of the rudder's quite some way out. Fender and things about here. I'll have to get a new one anyway. Definitely need one for up front. Definitely need to get one for up front as well, so I might just get a matching pair, but clean it up now anyway. Crikey. Well, there we have it. I'm not gonna speak too soon, but touch wood, can't see any leaks. Gonna leave it pressurised for a bit and just keep checking, but Good morning. So yesterday I just downed tools, put the camera away, had a nice tidy up in here at a leisurely pace, put the radio on, hence why I couldn't really film. Yeah, just really enjoyed it actually, having a bit of a sort out. Took 3 wheelbarrow loads back to the van of stuff that hopefully won't need anymore. Probably will now I've done that. Today I'm going to crack on the electric boards. I've got the backer board to cut. Need to cut this shape and a bit extra for there. And potentially do the wiring for the batteries, connect them up, which would be good. I've got the new cable now, massive, that big. That's the Lynx distributor. It's basically 2 big bus bars where all the positives and negatives, the main ones, go to. It's also a fuse holder, which is good. Several fuses go on there, mega fuses. Actually saves quite a bit of space compared to the amount of fuse holders, the actual bus bars themselves, and it's a lot less connections, which is good. 240 up above. Also, galvanic isolator. Just in case you're having a marina charging off shore power, that stops your boat basically rusting quicker than it needs to through the boat earthing. That'll probably work. This is a Servo GX, which is like the main control module, if you like, so that everything connects. It connects and displays on this screen, which will be coming out the side. That's nice, I haven't felt that yet. That's where all our dials are going. Screens and controls, light switches. So this is the DC to DC Orion charger. I'm probably going to need another one of these, so I'm going to leave a blank space for the other one. Now our solar charge controller, got the 100 by 50, which is 50 amps. This was actually donated to us by one of our patrons, Maurice, so if you're watching, Maurice, thank you very much. That and the smart shunt, which gives you a very accurate reading of your batteries. Ooh. So yeah, thank you, Maurice, that is really truly appreciated. Solar, so that can go up top where the cables come through. I've bought Blue Sea stuff where I can. It's just that much better quality. I think it's actually made in America still. What are they crafty and they say designed? Oh, it's designed in Washington, assembled in Mexico. But yeah, if you want something to last, that Blue Sea stuff's really good. Oh, hang on, that's going in that way. It's that one over there. Our main fuse panel, DC load. And we've got a wireless connectivity thing for the diesel heater, so that can go in there somewhere as well. USB ports. Look at that. Oh, I'm going to have a draw up and see what wiring we need. So after a fair bit of messing around and a bit of planning, this is what I've come up with for the 2 boards. Some space left obviously for the other charger in case we get another one. Solar comes in from the top positive, then you can isolate that. Main DC loads, or basto. Main distributor, that goes to the battery negative, battery positive. 240 volt stuff, and obviously the inverter's already up. So in terms of wiring, I don't know if you remember I said Victron recommend 2 lots of 50 square mil cable for the inverter, which I am actually going to do now. I've got the cable. There's actually 2 terminals on the bottom of the inverter for your 250 square mil either side, and then they'll come up into the Lynx distributor, and then I've got the thicker cable singly to join all the batteries up. I want to start having a look at that now. Definitely going to be a few little changes. I'm just thinking about this now. I think that'll come down there a bit better. Problem is, there's so many ways to do it. You're always going to be compromised somewhere. Obviously it's just trying to keep the cables short as possible and stop swapping sides all the time. I don't know if I'm going to have enough leverage for this. Wow. Bloody hell, they're sharp. Tenner. Right. Right, that's all 10 of these cables done. 5 positive, 5 negative. I've still got the 2 longer ones to do, which go to the chassis ground or hull ground and positive. Main one up to the distributor first. I'm going to connect these up for now. Just make sure they all fit. I hope they do, because that took a little while. Negative. Negative. My plan worked in theory, but I'm struggling because of the size of the lugs, how it won't turn. It's going to foul the other terminal. Good morning. Final day of the week. I've got a stranger with me today. Morning. Just trying to find a spoon for her oats. You have to have a big spoon.
You got one?
Little spoon. Right. Got a few things to fill you in on. I popped across yesterday, absolutely hammering it down. Basically put the 2-part JB Weld stuff on the coolant system, drain that all down. Hopefully that's going to cure. I'm not going to risk it today, but probably tomorrow whenever we come back over here. Top the coolant system back up. Hopefully that'll fix it for now until we get it booked in and figure out what we're doing long term. I had a few people asking where Danni's been recently. Basically, she's working away in South Wales 4 or 5 nights a week, bless you. So Danni's funding the project. I'm still here messing about, really.
Yeah.
According to Danni, anyway.
No, I'm very excited. I brought over the handles for this today, so Drew's going to put them up.
Hope
I
you
don't
hang
know if
the
we've
doors,
shown
yeah.
you yet. They're my choice. I'm sure you can tell when you see them. And I'm going to paint the bedroom ceiling, so then I can change the bedding then, and then hopefully it shouldn't get too dusty in there. It's just we want to stay maybe in a couple of days, and at the moment, like, still the sawdust and stuff's on the bedding. So if I paint that, then I think everything in the bedroom's painted then. So change the bed to the nice bedding.
Before I forget, I'm going to measure. Where's the tape measure? The fenders that we need, because part of the problem when we almost got stuck and I felt like the gearbox wasn't working early on in the week. Basically, the rudder's longer than the fender that we got, so I need to get an extra long fender for that. Going to get some ones for the front as well. I've got to figure out the best style, basically, just to make it look right. So we've got quite a pointy bow, so train going past. Really loud. And the River Avon, where it goes over the weir there, down at Avon Cliff, 24/7 is just so loud.
And I got some more garlic. So nice being on the boat. There's been some bad days, but things like that make it worthwhile. wild garlics along the towpath. Not like right on the towpath, I nearly couldn't get back down off the hill, but I'm going to have that with some dal later. And I've got my overnight oats with raspberries and dates.
It's probably like 400 ml.
Did you scrub that one, or did you just like spray it?
Dad did it with pressure washer, I think.
Oh no.
Come up alright, but it's pretty much pointless. It's about 100 mil too short. So if you go into a bank like we did, the rudder hits before this and knocked it out of its socket. Feels alright now though, a bit looser. Not ideal. Going to get the bearing changed when we get her out of the water eventually.
Don't fall in.
Fall in. First time for everything. I don't know what I'm doing here, but.
What are you doing?
You haven't got shoes on.
No.
Just try and get a better perspective of whether 400 ml will be enough.
Well, I'm going to leave you to that because I want to eat my oats.
Okay, you have fun.
Bye.
Now, not something I normally get excited about, but first time washing up. What do I think? Put the water pump on. Right, nice little task. These are a bit grubby now, but I'm going to put the hinges on. It will come off. We'll put another coat on after anyway. At least they'll be off the floor. So we've got these little brass or gold, I don't really know. Same as that anyway. Butterfly hinges.
They're cute.
So one pair's going to be up here.
How high? Oh, I love them!
Nice,
They're
aren't they?
cute, yeah.
So if we agree on distance, we'll do the same on that one, and then we'll hold them up to that and screw them in. Simple.
Simple. They're cute.
They're nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they are just from Amazon. They're just dainty enough for the little doors, aren't they? Some things just wouldn't look right on there.
Yeah.
That's 85 to centre. Further down? A bit further down?
I quite like them
Yeah.
quite high. I think that one looks too...
Yeah, I'll match that. Just get that one. So that was 85 to the centre. A little bit closer in. Do 5 mil more? Be surprised what difference that'll make. I reckon a tiny bit more. Let's do 100 mil. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 mil then. Lovely. Now, we need a tiny little drill. Just to pilot them.
Don't you want to just get a pencil first?
Yeah, I need to get all my stuff ready.
So, when it comes to the door handles, I was looking at some. Me and Joe have got very different tastes sometimes.
Indeed.
And Joe found some really boring ones that had rope, and I chose the ones I did. And we couldn't decide, so we were like, oh fine, we'll leave it. And then we asked our 8-year-old niece Maisie which one she liked, and lo and behold she chose the ones I like. So we just went with what our 8-year-old niece wants. Really?
You've got similar mindsets.
Love you, Maze. These are what we have chosen.
We've chosen, have we?
Me and Maze, anyway.
I do actually quite like them.
Yeah. Joe was worried, I think, that they'd feel funny to hold.
They're
but
not
they
very
actually,
ergonomic.
yeah, they feel alright. Just some little amethysts. Do you want a pencil?
Yes, please. Fairly square. Just gonna sand it. This drill a bit big for this.
Do you go the whole way through?
No, just pilot a little bit so it. That's what I want. I'm gonna get a motor for our one.
Really?
Yeah. The little electric one.
I can't wait to get my
Smile.
No.
Oh.
He didn't see us.
Oh. Go on, son. Screwdriver now. Put them in by hand.
Nice?
Yeah, I think so. Push that top hinge, just the centre hole, worry about. Push the hinge in tight. Yeah, and then draw a little circle round. Yeah? Cool. I'll be careful it doesn't rip out. Cute. So I was going to do the other one, but I slightly miscalculated how many screws I need, and I've only got 4 left, and I need 12. So we'll get a proper job tomorrow, which will be next week's video. Finish that off. That's a real shame. I was so excited for them.
Looks cute though.
That one looks really good.
Can you take the lights out in here?
I'll give it a go. You hold this in?
Yeah, so I've painted these walls, so that is now done. Now I just need to do the ceiling because I painted this the other day. And it looks really good. You don't realise how tatty. Ooh, you don't realise how tatty the ceiling looks with one undercoat. And then it will look nice and fresh in here. No, can we just do this a minute?
I'll take that back so I've got to get the right ones. It might look there'll be different screws. What are you doing?
Take the lights out so I can paint the ceiling.
That was it.
That looks so cute.
That's cute.
Half done as always.
Right, you want that one out?
That's probably the last one. Do this one first.
If I break this one and it's least visible, I'm going to sneeze any minute. Looking at these lights.
Why would that make you sneeze?
What, looking at a light?
Yeah. Looking at a light makes you sneeze.
What? It definitely alters it. Since I've had my nose broken.
Oh, there we go. Every time he mentions he had his
My
nose
sinuses are very...
broken. So looking at a bright light makes you need to sneeze?
At the minute, looking at this, I could do with sneezing, yeah.
What? Does anyone else need to sneeze looking at a bright light?
So the lino, the checker that we bought for Nick's washing machine, we'll leave till next week as well because we forgot the adhesive for that. Oh, where I left you the other day, I was looking into connecting the cables up. Now, scratching my head like, how can I get this to work? There's a couple of options, but the most simple, let me put a light on. Let me refresh my mind. Oh, that one to that one. That one to that one. The lugs were sort of fouling each other. Like that. And I was thinking for ages, how can I get around this? One of the options is to spin these like these and mount these on the ends. That way you get one either side. But I think this is fairly simple stuff. I'm sure if some of you are thinking this already, I can just flip them. And then they don't foul each other, which seems very silly of me not to think of that already, but here we are. Now, what else was I going to say? Yes, the one thing I did notice is how it sits in there. There's a little gap in between where this bit is hitting on the little step. So what I might do is just nip a little bit, only a tiny bit, off that so it fits flat, otherwise you can end up with that arcing across, which isn't good. Cool. So we got a bit carried away and had a bit of a tidy up, just don't look behind the camera, and we're going to call it a week. Now, if you haven't already, go and have a look at our Instagram because we're up to date photos wise on that now, aren't we?
Yeah.
You are. Danny's been doing it. So you get literally life
in real time.
Real time updates. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Next week.